Okay, it's doing its thing. Still waiting. My goodness, it says video unavailable. This video is private. But I also got an email that says now live on your channel. Seems to be loading. Okay, it's working now. Okay, I'm going to share this link on Twitter. Oh, stream ended. Okay, that must have been the first one. Okay, I apologize for all the difficulties. Okay, now I'm getting a new email, which is probably for the real one. Twitter. Okay, great. Oh, stream ended. Okay, that one. Okay, now I'm going to share it on Twitter. Twitter. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to move this to my other window so I can keep an eye on the chat. Okay, we have 2 people watching on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube people. All right, now I shall share my screen. Okay, so today we're going to work on my CI platform, SaturnCI. And I had different plans for today. I was going to do a pair programming session, but there was maybe some miscommunication, and I am partnerless. And so I'm just going to do some live coding myself. So here we go. Let me first sign into this project. I say that partly because I don't have a specific thing to work on planned. It's just going to be, I'm going to have to come up with something on the fly because I just found out about this minutes ago that my partner's not going to be here. Okay. So a problem that I've been having is that the test suite takes too long. So you can see these test times are like 6 minutes, just under 5 minutes, just under 6 minutes. But the actual time that the tests are taking to run, I don't know if you can see here, 10.79 seconds for one job. And then for the other job, it is 11.49 seconds. So both jobs completed in under 12 seconds, yet we have to wait over 5 minutes for the whole build. And that is because of the overhead that happens for each build. I'll explain what happens. Okay. So each build starts with a virtual machine being requested on DigitalOcean, a DigitalOcean droplet. And then it installs Docker. And then it installs some other stuff. Then it clones the repo, runs Docker compose build, then it runs the tests. So there's some stuff here that can definitely be, well, that I think can be kind of factored out. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT about it and see where we can get. Okay, I'm building a CI service. My builds take too long. My test suite only takes like 10 seconds, but the full build takes like 5 minutes. Below is my script. Help me make it take less time. Okay. By the way, Justin, I see you made it now. I don't know if you can hear me, Justin, but I think I'm just gonna go forward with doing some coding on my own since I already started. So sorry about that, but you and me can do a pairing session the next time. Okay, so it's asking some questions. Is Docker and Docker Compose installed on each job machine from scratch every time a build is triggered? If so, have you considered pre-installing Docker on your build machines using a machine image with Docker pre-installed to save time? I have thought about that, but I haven't done anything in that direction. Okay, so I'm going to answer his questions. I'm going to say pre-installing, don't know how. Layer caching, don't know how. Help me. Repository cloning. Um, how large? Don't know. Shallow, because it could be any size, you know. Shallow cloning. I'm just gonna say for this, it's small because this repo does happen to be small. Docker Compose build. How complex is your application's Docker setup? Um, how about let's come back to this since it's hard to answer. Test selection, blah, blah, blah. I am using parallelization, although there just aren't many tests yet. Let's see how long it takes unparallelized. It takes 14.34 seconds. That felt like longer than that, but okay. Unparallelized, it takes about 15 seconds. What does your pre.sh script do? Good question. Let's see. It does this, and we'll say custom images. Don't know. API requests. I don't want to do batching, so I'll say let's not do batching. I don't think that accounts for much of the performance issues at all. What hardware resources are available? I'm going to say let's come back to this one. Miscellaneous. probably the installation step. All right, let's see what it responds with. And by the way, dear viewer, the reason ChatGPT asked me questions is because I told it in my custom instructions, which you can find here, I told it to ask me questions. Okay, based on your responses, let's focus on optimizing the build process in areas where you're most likely to see significant improvements. We'll address Docker installation and layer caching, repository cloning, test parallelization, the prescript execution, and the Docker installation step, which you've identified as likely being a bottleneck. Okay. Hmm. Consider creating a custom Docker image with Docker and Docker Compose installed inside it, Docker and Docker. But be mindful of the security and performance implication. Hmm. Let's talk more about number one. I'm using DigitalOcean for what it's worth. Okay. I don't know what, sometimes that happens. Using DigitalOcean droplets with a custom snapshot. Okay. Okay, the only thing I don't like about this custom snapshot idea is seems like the creation process is fairly manual. And if I want to rebuild it at some point, which I'm sure that I will, I don't want to have to do that manually. So I'll ask it about that. I also wanted to tell me about Docker and Docker. Apparently, this is going to take a bit. Let me see if I can think of an entertaining joke while we're waiting. I heard one just the other day. I don't remember what it was. Hmm. Funny jokes, funny jokes. Do you guys know of any jokes? Okay. Can't believe I couldn't think of a single joke. I feel like such a failure. Okay. Oh, hey, Rick, I'm going to ask you a question, or I'm going to say something. And after I say it, you say, how does he smell? Okay.
Okay.
Rick, my dog's nose fell off.
How does he smell?
Terrible. Okay, there's my joke. Um, Docker in Docker involves running a Docker daemon inside a Docker container. Interesting. This can be useful in CI environments. You need to build Docker images and run containers within your CI pipeline. Okay. Install Docker inside the container and mount the Docker socket from the host into the container. Okay. I don't understand this. Hmm. Okay. How is Docker in Docker different from um, using a pre-installed, using an image with Docker pre-installed? Yeah, I'll just ask that. Hmm. Okay. After this, I'm going to ask it which one it would recommend. Oh, and typically results in better performance. Okay, maybe let's do that then. Okay. Is there a way to create an image in an automated way? If I end up wanting to make any changes to the image, I don't want to have to perform the creation steps again manually. Okay, interesting. Okay, so let me look at what I have going on right now with regard to Docker. So I have my production Docker file for Saturn. That's not it. Then inside Saturn CI, the Saturn CI config folder, I have my Docker file. But that is for the user application, not for a build machine. Okay. Okay. Automated automating droplet creation. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's see. I don't know if I really need anything in my image. How would I replicate creating this machine? How would I replicate creating this machine and then making an image out of it? Yeah, I'll ask that. I'm not sure if that's the best way to ask it, but we'll go with it. No, I mean in an automated way. And to be clear, I only want the image snapshot to have this much. I only want to go right before I clone the user repo. Terraform. Okay. Interesting. When it finishes, I'm going to ask if there's a simpler way to do it. Is there a simpler way to do it? I'm just going to stop it right here and ask. Nothing's happening. I guess maybe I have to refresh. Okay, it's being very slow.
I noticed some slow response times over the week. I like more than normal when
Oh,
I was
yeah.
working with it over the weekend. So I don't know if
Okay.
they're updating their models or what. Then also I noticed it kept throwing me back into 3.5 for some
Oh, well, that's
reason,
annoying.
which is a mean trick.
Yeah. Loud init feature. Okay. Okay. But then after we do that, can we turn it into, yeah, then we can create a snapshot. Okay, this seems worse than the Terraform way. Maybe let's do it the Terraform way. Okay, well, I have no idea what I'm doing, never used Terraform before, but let's give it a try. Okay, I'm gonna make a new branch called Terraform. Setup.sh, we'll do that. Okay. Make sure to mark setup.h as executable. Main.tf. I'm going to create a new folder here. Okay. DigitalOcean, droplet. I'm going to call it job machine, not CI machine.
Yeah, one more up on line 13.
13. Oh, thanks. As I'm doing this, I feel like maybe I want to do it with the Ruby API instead of Terraform.
Mhm.
See if that's possible. Sorry, I meant to say SDK. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I would maybe rather try that. Okay. Maybe I want to put it in a rake task. Let's put the script in a rake task. Okay, what are we going to call it? DigitalOcean.rake. That seems like kind of a dumb name. Let's call it jobmachine.rake. Is it done? Yes. Okay, I don't think I'm ultimately going to want to call it setup and snapshot, but I'll leave it for now. It's okay. Where do I get my access token? Let's see. I have another. I'm using droplet kit in other places. Oh, apparently that's exactly what I'm calling it. DigitalOcean access token. Okay. That's convenient. Okay. So I might want to store region and such in environment variables, but for the moment I'll just hard code it. And I think I do want to make the size match the other one's size. Okay. Actually, I will just go with 1 gig instead of 8. Okay. Implement a more reliable status check or wait mechanism here. Okay. I'm not going to do any of this stuff. I'm just going to let it tell me that it created the droplet. Okay, job machine. I'm just going to say create image. Okay, job machine create image. going to open DigitalOcean. Go to droplets. Okay, there's no droplets right now. Now I'm going to run this rake task and see what happens. Invalid size for droplet creation. Okay, let's fix that. Um, we'll just use this size. Rake, job, machine, create, image. Okay, and I am only just seeing now Ross Packard says, ask how to use the DigitalOcean API. Instead of using the word automation, may be more helpful and simpler. I wish I would have seen that comment earlier. Okay. Droplet 399999763 created. How improbable is that number? Okay. Um, hang on. That was not a rhetorical question. How improbable is this number? If we get a 9, the chances of getting another 9 is 1 in 10, 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. Um, I feel so lucky. Okay. So we created the droplet. What happens next? Oh, and yes, ChatGPT, we're certainly talking about optimisci. Okay, it's going, run. Mm-hmm. Okay, but what do we do now? Okay, we got to hang on to the snapshot name and then wait. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, let me copy this. Yeah, droplet ID. So we need the droplet ID. Okay, so we have this droplet ID here. So I'm going to do this. Hmm. How do I know when the droplet is fully set up? I'm going to ask that. Okay, I think I might want to use a webhook. Yeah. Okay. It said something about like shutting down the snapshot or something. Yeah, powering off the droplet. For consistent snapshot, it's recommended to power off the droplet. Droplet actions dot shutdown. Droplet actions dot shutdown. Um, Tell me exactly how I can use the Ruby SDK to shut the droplet down. Okay, see you, Bailey. Thanks for coming. Okay, droplet ID, blah, blah, blah. Droplet actions dot shutdown. Okay, this seems kind of annoying actually to have to do this manually. So maybe I just want to go ahead and write the webhook because maybe that's actually easier. Okay. The webhook is to say that the image machine is ready. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna model it after this other endpoint that I already have. Job events, spec API job events. All right, so I'm going to make another test that's kind of like this. But instead of job events, it's going to be what? Okay, so it's the image for the job machine. It's a job machine image and it's ready. What is the RESTful resource called when the job machine instance is ready? Hmm. Job machine instance update? I suppose so. Job machine instance. I'm just going to call it job machine instances spec. I'm going to go job machine instances ID, and it's not post, it's put. Okay, I'm going to run that just to see what happens. Okay, nothing surprising. Job machine instances. Okay, and I want to hit the endpoint. Whoops. Oh, we put an it block. I'll change that description later. Okay, job machine instances path. Okay, but we're not passing job. We're just going to pass the ID of a machine. No params. And we do want the headers. Okay. I expect this, of course, to fail. Yep, because there's no route. So we shall do resources, job, machine, images, only update. See if that does anything different. I think maybe it's actually supposed to be instance path. Yeah, it didn't like that easy either. Let's see what I'm doing wrong. Rails routes, grep, machine images. API v1 job machine image. Oh, I put instances to the image. Okay, image path. Okay, no route matches, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Maybe I'm not supposed to put this value here. Missing. Oh, missing ID. Maybe I'm supposed to do this. No route matches. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Let's ask ChatGPT. Oh, wait. Did I accidentally put it? No, I didn't put it inside the jobs resource in the jobs resource. Okay, let's paste this failure. Oh, am I doing a post? I am doing a post, huh? Silly. Let's try now. Oh, yeah. Okay, now it's not finding the controller, and that is the error I would expect. Okay, job machine, images, controller. Whoops. Job machine, images, controller. Okay. Okay, the action update could not be found. Okay, now the test passes, but there's no assertions, so let's fix that. I'm not even sure what I want to assert though. Let's okay, shut down. Okay, so how do I get my hands on a client? Apparently like that. And then we need the droplet ID, which I believe will be Pram's ID. I don't know what's going to happen now. Yeah, so this is making a request to this. I'm going to stub this request as suggested. Yeah, I'll put that in a before. Okay, and there's a lot that we don't need. I think we pretty much don't need any of this. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, undefined method, blah, blah, blah for no class. Where is that coming from? It could be because we're not returning the right body and whatnot. What if I just do this? Still get the same thing. Okay, and that's coming from the SDK apparently, but I must just be doing something wrong. Job machine images controller line 6. Yeah, okay. Actions, droplets, actions. Okay. Well, let's give it the full thing and see what happens. Yeah, same error. Okay. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna give this to ChatGPT. And I'm going to give it this. And I'll give it my error. And see what it says about it. Okay. Welcome, Roger. I'm afraid you're arriving just at the tail end, though.
Actually, could I grab you for 5 minutes at the end, Jason, after everybody jumps out?
Yes, but we'll have to end the meeting and then rejoin if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll find you on Twitter and DM you because I'm already following you.
Okay. Okay. It's saying something about this error. Okay, and it's having us return a more realistic API response. Okay. That seems like way too much. Let's try for the body just to be this. Invalid body must be blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try making it a string. Whoops. Okay, so now the test passes. Still no assertions. Trying to think of any assertions that might make sense because, like, there's no behavior. I can just assert that it returns a 200. Excuse me. Okay. Job machine request. I don't know. Spec. Returns an empty 200 response. Yeah. So let's see if that passes. returns an empty 200 response. Just as a sanity check, let's comment out that part. Okay, great. Okay. So we need to update the script to hit this update endpoint, but we'll do that next time because we're out of time. Let me leave this all in a state that will hopefully be easy for me to remember. Okay, so we need something that will kick off. Oh, maybe I know how to do it. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a new branch called job machine image. I'm going to make a commit very descriptively labeled miscellaneous. And then, because it doesn't really matter, then I'm going to go to this. And here, I'm going to say, invoke a webhook saying the machine is ready. Okay, then when I do get status and get diff, I see that comment. So next time I sit down, I'll be reminded what I was working on and what I was about to do. Okay, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.